Hey everyone, Mark Price here, DevSlopes.com, and I just want to talk about the app you're going to be building. It's going to look a little bit like this. Okay, got this cool little food shack app. Maybe it's a restaurant app, menu items, whatever. It's real simple. And the point of this is to learn the visual format language for auto layout with constraints, all programmatic. Now, I know what you're thinking. I would never use this, so I'm going to skip this video. Okay, well, let me show you a couple things. First off, let me pull open what you'll be doing so I can scare you some more. So we've got our Food Shack app, and we've got all this crazy stuff going on here, okay? So these are visual constraints. And again, you're probably wondering, when would I ever use this? Because I'm going to use Interface Builder. Okay, well, here's the deal. Here's some scenarios. One scenario, you have to build a framework. Okay, so let's say you're releasing some library that you want other developers to use. For instance, there's one library out there for materials design, making your iOS apps have material design and layout. And you could build that with an Xcode and with storyboards, but the problem is frameworks don't really support storyboards. You have to include them as an external bundle and load them. Lots of problems, not user-friendly at all. So what you do when you want to distribute a framework is you want to do all of your views and layouts programmatically in your constraints here in your code, so that it's easily distributable. You don't need a zib, and you don't need, when I said storyboard, actually frameworks don't even support storyboards. The zibs do. You have to have zib files in your bundles. So this is how you would do it. So if you've ever used a third-party framework where they're popping up UI on the screen, they're likely using the visual format language here. Here's another scenario. And I personally ran into this scenario one time. So it was when the iOS extensions first came out and I wanted to make a custom keyboard. So I was all gung-ho, I just dived right in and I started doing all the keys in the keyboard in the Interface Builder. Okay, so some keys are smaller than others and there's a ton of them, a ton of letters, right? So imagine making constraints for every single key. And then guess what? What about flexible width and height, like such as on an iPad or an iPhone 6s? Like, it wouldn't work out and I'd have to do all kinds of different size classes. It would have taken me hours upon hours upon hours upon hours to do that. Not good. What would have been better is creating visual constraints programmatically, and then you could do like a for loop, iterate through the keys and just add constraints dynamically to it, so you only have to change it in one place, so your keyboards look great in every layout. So there's definite uses for the visual constraint language here, and I've used it on about 5 projects or so, and you may run into a project where it's being used and you need to know how to use it, and so it can be very helpful and useful. Though with all that being said, 99.9% of the time you'll be doing Interface Builder, and if you ever apply for a job and you want to be all smart and cool and do some visual constraints instead of Interface Builder, you're probably not going to get the job because they're going to be like, idiot, why did you just waste your time? Because this does take 2 to 3 times longer. So with that being said, this is the project. You're going to be doing it like this, but without using Interface Builder at all. It's going to be hard, but of course this is the advanced topic. So Mark Price here at DevSlopes.com. Let's get started.
And remember, to get your free live help, go to DevSlopes.com and click on the chat room. We have thousands of students in there helping each other out. Also click on the forums. This is where you can search for answers to your code problems, and you can also post your own issues. So head on over now.